Welcome back. Joining us now is a special guest to talk about how the mutual fund world is looking at all the money that's slushing into mid-cap and small-cap funds and whether there's any reason to be concerned. Remember, today is, of course, all about this mid-cap fall that we're tracking. Mr. D.P. Singh, who's the Deputy MD as well as the Joint CEO at SBI Mutual Fund, is with us, the largest asset managers of the country. Mr. Singh, thank you so much. Good afternoon, sir. It's great that you could take out a few minutes for this call. So just want to understand that apparently AMFI, the industry body, has written to all the members, all the mutual fund trustees, saying that some kind of systems should be put in place to protect investors from any crack or any risk in mid caps and small caps. Can you tell us exactly what this is about and what measures might come forward?
Yeah, Surabhi, actually I would say a step in right direction because regulators were worried on one part that a lot of money is flowing into this sector and the number of stocks are limited. And number two, when a lot of money is flowing and getting into those stocks only, the stock prices go artificially high. So that was the reason they wanted to have a look at it, so that there is no big gap in demand and supply. So looking at that, they are just trying to discipline this thing because unfortunately, in spite of all the education, people still put money looking at the past returns and thinking that the future also will be the same. And while putting the money in a particular stock, they may not feel like that. So regulator being the response, yeah.
But sir, just one clarification. First of all, has anything directly come from SEBI? I mean, we're not aware of that because this AMFI note seems more of an advisory, sort of a self-regulatory advisory nature.
It is advisory only, but regulators are always, AMFI as a body keeps on interacting with the regulator also regularly. When I'm not saying it's come from SEBI, but when the serious discussions happen, these are the points which are being discussed. I'm not saying this is dictated from SEBI or something like this, but when we interact, when we discuss, so these are the points which are being discussed because ultimately all of us want that the investor interests should be protected. So keeping a discipline on that, the mutual funds are creating some discipline, and this is just a reiteration of that.
You know, Mr. Singh, reading from the contents of that letter, it says that mutual funds should put investor protection policy in place with regards to small and mid caps. That is point well taken. But then there are three important points thereafter as well. One, moderating inflows into small and mid cap funds. Secondly, look at portfolio rebalancing to limit risk. And third, must take steps to protect against first mover advantage in case of redemptions. Is there any action in the very near future which is likely on all these things? And what do these steps entail?
No, first two actions are actually happening already. If you if I talk about small cap fund, in case of our fund house, SBI Mutual Fund, we were aware about this and we stopped getting lump sum inflows from 2017. For 7 years ago, we are not getting any lump sum money. We are getting money only as SIPs, that too limiting up to 25,000 rupees. Yesterday, I saw another fund house also has done the same thing. They have limited up to 25,000 rupees SIP and 2 lakh rupees of lump sum money. And I'm aware some other fund houses also did it. Because one, there's a lack of ideation. The money which is flowing in is outpacing the stocks and at the right valuation, and the good businesses valuation were limited. So this is just to give a caution note to everybody that this is something which needs to be done. As far as third point is concerned, I am not aware about anything happening at that level. And I think this is the first step which has happened, and over time, a lot more discussions will happen at the AMFI level, and then we'll see if something can be done.
All right. Hi, Mr. Singh. Good to see you. Well, within high-risk categories, how can fund managers create some kind of safety net, sir?
So, see, in any risk category, there are high risk and low risk. If you talk about small cap also, there are more riskier small caps and there are safe small caps, right? The businesses, the level of businesses, the growth trajectory, so on and so forth. There are so many parameters which fund managers look into it. So within that definition of risky, there are safe and less risky kind of thing. And then the number of stocks which are being researched. There are so many parameters which can be looked into.
Sir, so, at your end, are there any specific measures that you're thinking of at this point in time with respect to the mid-cap and small-cap strategies that you're running?
No, the only message is this: yes, Indian markets are doing well. India is in a very, very sweet spot. But past returns should not be seen, never be seen as some giving some suggestion that the future is going to be the same. Because the last 1 or 2 year returns have been fabulous. It's an effort towards toning down the expectations of the investors.
I meant, sir, in terms of any fresh curbs, in terms of the flows that these funds are drawing in, or any other restrictions that you might look at. Just in terms of fund management as well, managing that mid-cap and small-cap corpus, any fresh directions you may be giving to fund managers?
Every fund house will look at their own position. This is an advisory, and when they look at it, the surplus is, the inflows are much more. Like, for example, we are having almost 600, 700 crores of inflows coming through SIP route. And the similar is maybe 100 crores here or there are the outflows. So we are managing it very well. So we don't have to worry about it. But somebody else who is getting much more money coming in looking at the past returns, they will definitely have to think about it, how to put some curbs in their fund house.
Okay, all right. Mr. Singh, I think SBI small cap only takes SIPs, right? No lump sums. Do you think the other mutual funds as well will? Yes, sir?
No, everybody will have their own policy, right?
Right, but do you expect others as well, sir, to follow? Do you expect others to follow suit as well? As you said, y'all are not taking any lump
I told you
sum.
yesterday, one of the credible fund houses, they have already announced that we will be accepting 2 lakh rupees of lump sum and 25,000 rupees SIPs. And I think this is a trend which will come in some other fund houses also. But sometimes what happens when you put the curbs, the people feel that curbs are coming, let me put more money. I like to caution that. Please don't get into that. This is a very serious and very, very serious message. Take it in the totality. Don't rush for putting more money because the curbs are coming.
Right.
That may put you in trouble.
Just one question from my end, Mr. Singh. The AMFI, of course, did a great job in telling people mutual funds sahi hai, so much so that more people are rushing towards mutual fund than the ideas and the valuations can support, especially in the small and the mid-cap end of things. But is there any likely change in the amount of cash that mutual funds can hold before deploying it into the market so that, it at least creates a bit of a cushion and not compel a lot of these funds to go ahead and buy more of the same stocks that they have?
See, what happens, every fund house has their own investment policy, and as per this, generally 8, 10%, 15%, some people can keep, some people are giving 5%. But nobody will keep 60, 70% as cash. You have to avoid it because the mandate from the investors is to put into equities. Because
how much are you keeping?
Sorry?
At your fund levels, how much cash are you all sitting on right now, and how does that compare with the average cash?
No, I will not know the exact number, but generally we don't go beyond 10%, generally never. Because the mandate from the investor is that to be in equities, because equities are uncertain, we can't go beyond the mandate which is given by the investor. So every fund has their own policy, other than the regulatory curbs which are there. But that's how it is. But I can assure you, the whole mutual fund industry, people are working in a very, very responsible manner. AMFI has come out with this suggestion just to say that yes, we are here to take care of your interest, and we want to give a cautionary note also that don't be in a hurry to put in money in lump sum in these small cap stocks.
Sure. Absolutely, sir. Your message is well taken. And I think we're seeing, routine profit booking as well set in. And maybe that's just great. It's probably for the best. Thank you for joining in with that perspective on how AMFI is looking at the mid-cap and small-cap arena, considering the surging inflows that we're getting there. Well, from